Hello, Dominic here, and it might be a long time since you have received an email from me or you have heard from me. I'm not too sure, unless you're part of the inner circle, which I'm going to have it tonight. But generally, I think because of COVID, things have been really hectic for a lot of people, including myself, really because people around me are taking turns to get tested positive. And it has not just disrupted a lot of people in their personal life, but I think it has really changed how businesses are done today. And for businesses that are able to pivot fast, they will be able to take their product services, put it on the internet, and be able to sell that. And of course, they are having probably the best time in their life. But I also know of a lot of business owners who find it very hard to pivot because the way that you will sell things online and the way that you will sell offline is totally different for a couple of main reasons. Because first of all, you don't really get to meet the person face to face. And very often you can't tell the body language of the person. And in today's world, if you really want to run a profitable business, it's going to be very hard if you only have a product and you do not know how to sell it. So being able to sell a product and idea is even more important than ever before. So, a couple of weeks ago, I had always wanted to reply to you guys as soon as possible and thank you for the response I've been receiving. I have received a lot of responses telling me what is the logo that you prefer. And I'm so happy, I'm so glad to hear from a lot of you who actually took the time to reply the email to me and to let me know a little bit about what's going on in your life, what I've been up to, and asking me how my family has been doing in today's trying times. Thank you so much for the concern. Thank you so much for the love. And I definitely would like to reciprocate that with adding more value to you. So just a quick look over here, okay? I'm just going to give you guys a very quick glimpse into the logo. And this is the PowerPoint slide, okay? I'm not showing you all the rest of the slides, ha ha ha. But I'm definitely showing you just this so that you know that I'm taking into account more than 55% voted for this, but it was in black. And I spoke to a couple of the graduates, I spoke to a couple of my associates, and they suggested for me to make it red so that it can capture attention as well. So here we are with this logo, and that's all thanks to you. Now, I also want to cover very quickly a little bit more about how do you go about improving your ability to promote a product or a service or to promote an idea. And that comes from many years of experience where I used to struggle to get even people to buy a $27, sorry, a $7 product. I don't know if you have ever seen those digital books or those websites that will sell a book or digital book for $7. But it was so tough to even get a customer back then because I did not know how to do the first thing in the program that I'm going to share with you called the Yes Gather system. And I have a 3-step process, okay? And I'm just going to tell you very briefly what the 3 steps are, and I just want to give you guys a quick shout out as well, because a lot of you has been asking me about details on joining this program and stuff like that. And I'm so sorry to keep you guys waiting for so long. But here's the 3 steps that has really helped me make a big change in my own process of persuading people to buy a product or service. So as I was saying, it took me so much effort, just to sell a $7 program. Then when I look at it back then, I mean, right now I can laugh about it, I can smile about it, because right now I could easily go into any room and I could just have a maybe 1 or 2 hours pitch, or sometimes even less than an hour when I meet someone, and they would join me on a program or even on a personal basis, like personal mentoring basis, where we talk about easily like tens of thousands of dollars kind of stuff. But it's such a long way, And when I track back, I think it's all thanks to me having this 3-step system where, first of all, okay, so let me briefly just share this with you, okay? I hope I'm pointing to a correct side of the screen. So anyway, the first step, if you want people to really pay attention to what you have, is you got to connect with them. And I think the challenge with today's world is that, especially if you're selling online, you don't always have the luxury of meeting people face to face, right? Be it through a camera, online, and stuff like that. And very often, especially if you're like selling digital products, like some of my graduates are doing, or you're selling a video course through a webinar, for example, or some of our other graduates are doing, my personal mentees as well, then it becomes very tough because you don't see the customer. Like right now, I don't see you, right? You see me, but I don't see you. And that poses a big challenge to many people. Like, how do you connect emotionally with people? And I just want to share with you, I mean, in the program, I share with them, I'm share who's them, right? I share with people 3 ways on how to connect with people emotionally. And I just want to give you that snippet right now, okay? Just one of the ways. And one of the ways that you can connect with people emotionally, be it whether you can meet them, you can talk to them, you can ask them questions, or you cannot do any of the above. One of the ways is you really just got to connect with them maybe on an emotional level by stating similar experiences. Similar experiences. And this will explain why. If you had the opportunity to meet people, for example, I don't know if you have this experience when you meet a total stranger, but sometimes you feel after speaking to them that, have I met you somewhere? Or you probably had this feeling like you're very connected to this person. Like this person is like your soulmate or that kind, I don't know if you have that level of connection with anybody you have met before. And when I distill it down to what happened, it's always because we have common experiences. Take, for example, meet someone who graduated from the same school, studied the same course, and all this stuff. So all these are experiences. So take, for example, I give you an example. What if you're selling a product, showing people how to lose weight? Then you can talk about the common experiences that people face when they're losing weight. Take, for example, you talk about the yo-yo effect in people losing weight. So yo-yo effect is like this, where people lose weight because at the start, they do a lot of stuff, loses weight very rapidly, but it will always reach a plateau where there's no weight loss happening at all. And then the problem is then when the person slack off a little, or the person maybe lose focus, what happens is then the weight starts piling up even faster than before, right? And that happens to a lot of people. So when you mention that experience, that would instantly connect with people in your market. Doesn't really matter whether you're meeting them online or not, whether you get to see them face to face, whether you have this talk going on or conversation going on. And it doesn't even matter if you have a webcam on, because I know some of my graduates are very shy people. So when they are connected with you emotionally, guess what happens? Would they be more open to you to listen to what you have? Yes. This is the part that a lot of people make the mistake, right? Because they don't do the emotional connection part. So what do? Most of the time, even if they get to turn on the webcam or they meet that person face to face, what they like to do is to engage in a lot of nonsensical small talk, where they will ask them useless questions and quite frankly, sometimes a little bit too personal, right? To certain individuals who are introvert. To introvert, if you were to ask them, what have you been doing? That can be perceived as very invasive. Maybe they had a bad day or they are just very introvert, like myself. So I don't really like it, honestly, when I sit down with someone and I probably have never met them before. And all of a sudden, the first question they ask is, what have you been up to? Like, what? Huh? Sorry? And that just makes me clamp up even more, you see. So you could start off by talking about a common experience. So for those of you who are already working on your products, your services, and like my personal mentees, creating video courses, creating a series of products to add into their customer funnel, you don't need to ask them questions in order to connect with people emotionally. Just by the mere mention of common experience, that would be sufficient enough for them to feel like, hey, you know what? I think that this person know what I'm going through. Or hey, you know what? I'm actually going through that one. So then they will open up to you even more. And when they are more open to you, obviously they'll be more open to what? They'll be more open to suggestion. They'll be more open to saying yes to your products and services and all this stuff. So forget about just writing a description or doing a presentation where you just talk about what your product is all about, what your idea can do for the person, blah, blah, blah. But remember, the first step is always to connect emotionally with your customers. Okay, so I really hope that this video is of value to you. And if you really like it, of course, you can feel free to leave a comment on my YouTube page. You can even hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If not, I really look forward to sending you the next piece of content as I develop the program even further. I'm currently in the final phase, but yeah, no excuses. I'm not going to give any excuses, okay? So I'm just going to tell you that I'm in the final phases of creating the program, and it will be ready very soon. How soon? Honestly, I hope that no one around me keep getting COVID, but who knows? So soon, I'll keep you guys updated. All right. So take care, guys. Stay safe, and of course, stay healthy as well. See you in the next video when I have it.